All right, so again, I want this to be explicit. I am not a person that likes the Democratic Party. Some would even say the Democrat Party. I don't like either of them. So when I saw this article at 9:53 a.m. on Christmas Day, I'm just kidding. I didn't see this article on Christmas Day. I was doing other things, right? At 9:53 a.m., I was drunk doing a YouTube show. But when I saw this article yesterday morning when I woke up, right, I was like, holy shit, what a disaster. So I haven't read this article yet, but let's read. It's probably going to be a shit show. So this is Biden on working with Senate Republicans from The Hill. I'll never publicly embarrass them. In the words of our president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I just like, what? What? You're the leader of the Democratic Party and you're waving the white flag? You just won an election with the most votes that any presidential candidate has ever gotten in history? And you're gonna wave the white flag? What? Like, I was just like, right? It's like, okay, but let's read the article. President-elect Joe Biden expressed optimism that he will be able to work with Republicans because of his years working alongside them. This guy's got dementia, dude. This guy forgot what year it is. This guy's thinking like as if it's like the 1980s and like, you know, pre-Newt Gingrich or whatever. This guy is like, forgot where he is. This is like Dianne Feinstein, like, you know, someone go get me a Coca-Cola, and then she looks at the can of Coke and says, when did they update the logo? That's what this is like. This is like a bizarre scenario here. You're not going to publicly embarrass First of all, Republicans are very adept at publicly embarrassing themselves, so you barely would have to lift a finger. Second of all, what the fuck? All right, let's read some more. My leverage is every senior Republican knows I've never once, ever misled them, Biden said on a telephone call on Wednesday with several columnists, according to the New York Times. I'll never publicly embarrass them. Well, guess what? They're calling you a communist. They're saying your son, right, is like an evil madman. They're saying you stole the election, and you're afraid of publicly embarrassing them? What? Like, but again, in the words of our president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So let's read. Biden faces a Congress deeply divided along party lines. Many Republican lawmakers have sided with President Trump's unproven claims of election fraud, but Biden told the journalists on the call, which included Times columnist David Leonhardt, the Washington Post's Jonathan Capehart, and the Wall Street Journal's Gerald F. Seib, that he thinks the country is in a different place now, that he will I'm sorry, I can't read the rest of this. I can't, like, what the fuck is it? I'm gonna be able to get stuff done in the environment. You are all, how? What are you gonna get done on the environment unless you win the Senate? Like, what? Like, he also said that he is hopeful bipartisan work can get done in responding to the coronavirus pandemic. The House passed the HEROES Act in May, didn't they? The HEROES Act. Remember that? Of course you don't. Where did the HEROES Act go after it passed the House? Nowhere, because Mitch McConnell didn't do anything with it. Now, all of a sudden, okay, so Mitch McConnell just is going to stop existing? What? We can work getting done and responding to the, like, what? The Republican Party is going to respond to the pandemic? What? Like the pandemic, we're talking about coronavirus. We're not talking about the AIDS crisis in the 80s. Like, Joe Biden must be confused. By the way, they didn't help battle that one either. But there's a new sense of urgency on the part of the public at large, he said. What? The American public is being made painfully aware of the extent of damage and incredibly high cost of failing to take the kind of measures we've been talking about. And what? Democrats will maintain control of the House, but when Biden takes office in January, the fate of the Senate will still be undecided as Georgia heads into 2 runoff races. Okay, it's still undecided as of now. I read that incorrectly. I'm sorry. Democrats, blah, blah, blah. We already know what's going on in Georgia. But, like, this guy, like, again, Biden told the columnist, I respectfully suggest that I beat the hell out of everyone else. What? Asked this week if he is up to fight with the Republican Party, I respectfully suggest that I beat the hell out of... First of all, Joe Biden, you were 5th place in Iowa, or was it 4th? It was 4th or 5th in Iowa. Then I think it was like 5th in New Hampshire. and then it was like second in Nevada, and then by the grace of God, everyone dropped out and endorsed you, and you won South Carolina. So the idea that you beat the hell out of everyone else, what? Like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So you say you beat the hell out of everyone else in your own party. That's great. You're going to veto Medicare for all. That's wonderful, right, Joe Biden? But saying one thing that's not nice about a single Republican ever? That's too much? I think I know what I'm doing, and I've been pretty damn good at being able to deal with the punchers. What? Every time during the primary someone criticized Joe Biden, you know what he would say? Vote for someone else. But I've been very good. You know, get your words straight, Jack. I can do more push-ups than anybody. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. I gotta clip that. This is bizarre. I know how to block a straight left into a right hook. I understand it. What? Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This is the incoming president of the United States, by the way. Total fucking dullard. Yeah, I know. You thought that Donald the dullard is going away and therefore things are gonna go back to normal. No, at least fucking Barack Obama could string together a few sentences. You know, a couple of sentences, maybe like this one.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
At least Barack Obama could speak, right? At least. God damn, what a disaster we are in for. Woof! Hello, Euroso. Yeah, I mean, this is an absolute disaster. Boom. Hello. He's not waving the white flag. He's just senile. He doesn't know what he is saying. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. The guy literally thinks it's like 1912 or something. I mean, again, I'll cite this clip as evidence.
Look, we talk about education to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
I cite that clip. If you say Joe Biden is cognitively capable to lead this country, Exhibit A, everybody. Exhibit A. And then Exhibit B, this Hill article. Like, I seriously, like, what the fuck?